And we start off in Kumasi. Two suspects who allegedly killed a 6-year-old boy and offered to sell his severed head to a spiritualist for 2,500 cedis have been arrested by the police in Kumasi. Vikriba Joe, 21, who hails from Tongo, and his accomplice, yet to be identified, offered to sell the head of the boy to a malam at Sokoban Ampeo, a suburb of Kumasi. Police sources say the two picked the deceased, who had gone out to watch a video game with his twin sister Aswami, at about 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Ohiminteria has been speaking to the spiritualist who gave the tip-off.
Just about 5 minutes time, I also had a call from the same number telling me that they are in Kumasi, and I asked them how possible could it be, and they told me that, oh, I should forget about that. Even them, they have a certain product they want to come and show it to me if I'm in need of. And I said, okay, no problem. So they asked of my direction and I directed them. While they came to my house, they didn't even mention of women being said. They were speaking about their personal life. But to my knowledge and my perception, I could know that, no, this is not the main issue which brought these people. Because their issue is dimensional. It's not on straightly. If they speak, they lie. So I decided to know that, no, these people are not here for this issue. So I told them that, okay, you told me that you are coming to sell something to me. What is the thing? They said, oh, I should forget about that for now. And I said, okay, when I see you are not ready to speak, go to your house, sit down. The day or the time you are ready to speak, you can come back because you know my house. And they left back. So when they left back, that they started that conversation. They called me in the evening to tell me that, oh, the next day they will call me. Once the next day they called me and told me that they have these things. And I was shocked. I need the police people to get these people, if only it's true. And inshallah, it was true. And I let the police in so that these bad people will be down.
So how did the police came in? How did the police come in?
I'm the one who called the police to inform them that this is a conversation going on between me and certain people. They say they have human beings papers. They are now ready to sell human being hair to me. And I've accepted to buy so that you, the people, can get them arrested. So the signal was the whole region of the police command, and they were communicating with me. These bad people too were communicating with me. When they came to my house, the police people to get forward and get them arrested.
But did you get to see this human head before the arrival of the police?
Yes. When he broke the polythene, I wasn't so sure. I need to see. So I mean, even me, I was thinking that maybe it's a hair of dead body. Maybe somebody can be buried 5-10 years ago, and they'll go for the hair. But all these people are bad people, because it's very badly for you to go for a dead body for a couple of years for you to go for the body. It's very bad. So in all, he was drawing the attention of the police. When he removed the head, I see that is genuine. So I just shocked, and I told him, you just put it back in the polythene. So for there, if not that God is ready to have these people, bad people neck, he should have been know that, no, I'm going to sell this thing to this man. He accepted to buy it. Immediately I removed it, he said I should put it back into the polythene. But you know, when human being is doing his part, the Almighty God too is doing his own. So he wasn't relies on that.
Well, that is a spiritualist who gave the police a tip-off leading to the arrest of those two people. We know the identity of one of them. We don't know the identity of the other. We'll be heading to the Ashanti region capital to speak with the police, a spokesperson on this matter, to find out what more information we know and whether or not we should be concerned about the trend we're beginning to see. In this year alone, there has been about 2 of such incidences. One was in the western region that I can vividly remember, where a 12-year-old boy had his head severed and the head found itself somewhere far away from where he lived. We'll find out a bit more from the police in the Ashanti region. Julia, now let's speak to the PRO for the Ashanti region police, ASP Julian Obeng. Ma'am, thank you very much for your time here on the post.
Thanks for having me. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to your viewers.
Very well, thank you. What's the latest on this story we're hearing about the severed head and the attempt to sell it off to a spiritualist?
If you ask for the latest, a bit difficult to say because I do not
Very
know
well.
what you have, but I'm listening.
Yeah, we know about the identity of one of them. His accomplice were not sure of. Does the police have any more information about who he is?
Well, the command arrested 2 persons on Wednesday in connection or for the involvement of the beheadment of a 5-year-old boy at Apema Benye, which is in the Ashanti region. At about 7 p.m. on the same day, we had information that these 2 suspects, Bikura Bajo Zut and then Kozel Burama, all from Tongo in the Upper West region, had approached one spiritualist, Sheikh Alhaji Muhammad Maye, Aksiyami, to sell of some human parts to him. And the spiritualist, who claimed he feigned interest, agreed to pay an amount of 2,500 Ghana cedis as a collection. Just after that conversation with these 2 suspects, he got the police informed that that was the time we were able to proceed to his residence, which is located at Siame Zongo, and then arrest these 2 suspects, which we found with the fresh human head contained in a black polythene bag. Now, after the arrest on that day, we tried to get the suspects to lead us to where the headless body of the deceased was at that time, but on that day we were not able to do that. But just yesterday we were able to locate the headless body of the deceased, which was kept in an uncompleted building outskirts of the same Sokoban area. Now, investigation so far has revealed that the deceased, until this unfortunate incident, was residing with his parents at Siame, which is a suburb of Kumasi. And then we also have been able to gather that on that same day, now these 2 suspects were roaming around Siame, roundabout where they met the deceased. They were able to get this little 5-year little boy to buy him yogurt. After they bought the yogurt for the boy, they hired a taxi and then pushed him in. They then took him to the uncompleted building at Sokoban, where they had the butcher's knife with them and beheaded the deceased. Like I said, the headless body has been found. It has been deposited together with the head at the Confanochi Teaching Hospital. Meanwhile, we are told by parents that this little boy is identified as Silas Kunstona, who is a twin. As we speak, investigations are ongoing. Both the suspects have been charged with murder and will be arraigned for court.
Very detailed information there. Thank you very much for that. But should we be really concerned, or to what extent should we be concerned? Should parents be concerned about this? That seems to be becoming a trend. In the Western region, we saw some not so long ago. He had just gone to school, didn't return from school, and the next thing the parents heard was a call from the police in the Western region for them to identify the head of their son. To what extent really should people be worried? And is the police going to work on any sort of alert system?
Well, I think that we as police, as an institution, we keep on playing our role, and I think that we do it to the very best of our knowledge and capacity. Now, we need parents to help in that line. I am privy to the area where this incident happened, and if you go to the area, you notice that it's more like a small village where children are able to move from the house, which is built with plywood, to other areas still within to go and then probably play. But if your child moves out to play and you do not wish or you don't want to monitor the child after probably an hour or 2 or even sometimes 30 minutes, it becomes worrying. So I guess that much as the institution, Ghana Police Service, plays its role as a security institution, it's important that parents also do play their role and keep eyes on their children. I guess that if we're able to do this together and do it perfectly, we shouldn't record any of such incidents, not here in Ashanti region or in any part of the country.
Does the police have any information, say any intelligence about why this is happening and whether or not there's a likelihood there could be more?
No, we wouldn't want to say there's a likelihood there could be more. We try very hard to avoid such incidents ever happening here in the Ashanti region, or probably even beyond Ashanti region. But like I said, it's a call duty for both the parents and then for the institutions that I am coming from, the Ghana Police Service, would put measures in place, something we have always done to make sure that these things do not happen. But again, there's a call on parents to make sure that we monitor the kids right when they leave the house to the school, to wherever they go to play, who they are playing with, who, where they even go to play, who is around where they go to play. Is it a kids area? Is it a kids area? Who is there to monitor them? Who do you leave your children with, and all of that? So I guess that once we're able to do this together, we shouldn't record any of such unfortunate incidents ever again.
Finally, before I let you go, you mentioned some measures put in place by the police. What are these measures? Well,
I think that I have said that aside this issue, there's a general call for an increase in security in the Kumasi metropolis. So obviously, Command has sat down and has come up with the idea that now would have to increase the number of personnel in the patrol system. So now would have a situation where would move some personnel from the various officers to join those who are already out there for the patrol. Apart from that, we have received some vehicles from national headquarters to augment what we already have, the fleet of vehicles we already have out there. Again, that's to help with the patrolling in the capital. Apart from that, we have also had support from our colleagues, the military, where very soon, sometime next week, I'm told by Command, that would launch the Operation Calm Life, where would have, again, not just increase in the fleet of cars, because we'll have our colleagues join us via cars, and also with the increase of some personnel from the military command as well. Apart from that, we've noticed that if it's about security, even when water is not flowing in an area, it's an issue of security. If you don't have lighting in an area, it's an issue of security. And so we are in touch with district chief executives, municipal chief executives, to make sure that for some roads, for some areas that do not enjoy the lightning system, that do not have the motorable roads, at least if we are not going to work on it severely around the sun, we should be able to put in some immediate measures to make sure that if there's a call to the police to get to an area at a certain time, the important thing for us is the time to get to the place to be able to arrest or arrest any criminal activity. And so some of these things, plus other things that for some security reasons we'll not be able to discuss, are things that we are looking at as a command to make sure that at least we stall activities of criminals here in the Ashanti region.
Thank you very much. ASP Julian Obeng is the PRO for the Ashanti Region Police Command there, with some assurances and some explanation as to what's happening to the severed head and the boy. May so rest in peace and comfort to his family.